guys, what's up? It's your girl Lena, and I'm back with Backstage, guys. Yes! So, we back with Backstage, and that was a little crazy right there. And this episode was kind of sad, but kind of like, it's like the most episode ever. Like, that's how I was, like, no. Like, I was like, literally, throughout the whole episode, I was so scared. But guys, this episode was directed by Director X. That's what it said on Wikipedia. I hope I'm correct. It was directed by Director X, and I already mentioned that a whole bunch of directors are going to be directing it. And he directed it. He just did Zayn's new video like I would. Go check out our reaction to that on our channel, Chi-Nola. And he did all of Drake's video, like, heck yeah. All of it from any work. He did work with Rihanna. He did all of those videos. He's amazing. I love his cinematography. And I thought it was awesome that he directed it. I didn't really see like a different change in the direction of the thing than the other episodes. So maybe he's going to direct another one and do like some cool stuff. But let's get on to this episode. So, look at my new case. The video will be up for that soon. You guys stay tuned. So, Miles was basically rocking out with his guitar, and then Jax was like, I knew Miles was sick, and I was just his friend just because of that. But now it's like I really do have a friend. So then Miles was like, well, Jax, you know, I got this new contest going on. You got to do 3 songs by this Friday to enter in. And he's like, what? You can't do that. Then he was like, come on, man. Then, you know, Jax was really just worried about Miles because doing all that in a few days, you can't do that. Like, that's like gonna run you out, and he just don't want him to make himself more exhausted. So that's the deadline. They have to reach that deadline. But then, you know, he's like, what kind of jerk I would be to say, you know, no to my sick friend. So then he got practice with Aaliyah too. So he was like, whoa, oh my God, it's not a lie, Miles. And Miles was like, no, it's not a lie. So Miles was like, I know it might sound crazy, but Jax actually makes me feel like I'm not sick. And, you know, it's like so crazy. And when he tried to spin Aaliyah, he got like really dizzy. So she was like, well, you need to work out more. Then he's like, oh, it's okay, it's nothing. But Jax was like, oh my God, like he was scared. He was cringing. I was cringing. I was scared. And so Vanessa and Carly was talking. Carly wished they could double date together, and there's a dance show going on actually where professional scouts are going to be at, and you know they're going to audition. So Miss Hellsworld actually called up Vanessa, and she's like, Vanessa, you can play Cinderella, or you're going to go sign up for her. And it's like, oh my God. So then Carl's like, that's who would obviously she would go up first to go sign up for Cinderella because she got picked for the Primus. She get picked for everything. She's everything. But Sasha, she didn't get picked for Sasha. So, you know, that's what she's, like, doing around now. So then, you know, she was like, you know, don't overthink it. So then Vanessa so she signed up for Cinderella, and then Carla signed up for Cinderella, but then she just signed up for the chorus first. She was like, yeah. So then Scarlett, she was asking Julie a whole bunch of questions about her double life, and then she was like, well, we got a project to do, Scarlett, so let's get to work. Let's not talk about all of that. Then she was digging through the garbage looking for art, Julie was. So then she, you know, anything can be art. She said anything that's trash. So then she was like, Scarlett's like, I know I'm a singer, but this ain't art. That's garbage. So then she was like, well, we need to split up. So she's like, if you get the most garbage and get to bring it for the project, then I'll answer your questions for my double life. She's like, okay, that's done. So Scarlett was going to do that. Meanwhile, Sasha was playing the Prince in the Cinderella dance, and he was like, why aren't you auditioning for the lead role? And she was like, well, Vanessa's doing the lead, and I think she's going to be mad at me, and, you know, she's perfect anyway. So he was like, no, don't do that. I wish you would be my Cinderella. Like, come on, please. So then Miles was playing the piano, and Jax brought Miles some pizza, and he's like, you need to eat. Then Miles was like, you sound like then Jax was like, what are you, pausing for dramatic effect? And he's like, my mother's mother. And he was like, your grandmother? And he's like, yeah, my grandmother, yeah. And my brain just fried today. So he's like, well, maybe you need to, you know, take a break. And he's like, no, we're not taking no breaks. So they about to make some magic. And that pizza was really, really big. I don't know what they do in Canada with those pizzas, but that's a really big pizza. Anyway, so Vanessa was happy that Carly signed up. She's like, oh, you're not mad? She's like, no, I'm not mad. So then she was like, well, I'm going to be dancing with Sasha. And he was like, well, is that fair that you can dance with Sasha and you with him too? And he's a prince and you doing that? I need some dance time too to rehearse. So she's like, it's unfair. So she just want to make it fair so she can have Sasha too for her rehearsal time. I don't know how that was going to go. Because then they was rehearsing. I thought it was amazing how Vanessa, she was like dancing with Carly and Sasha, because Carly was taking so long with Sasha, and it was like dancing back and forth. I liked how they had a little piece. Then Sasha was like, I'm being used, and I totally love it. So she's like, oh my God, this is so unfair. And she was like, you know, if I don't get this part, I'm nothing. Without dancing, I'm nothing. So Carly was like, no, you're not. She's like, you're going to get the part. And Vanessa's like, no, because you have Sasha. I don't have nobody. So I won't get the part, then I won't have anybody to talk to or nothing like that. So she was just highly, highly, highly upset. So Carly was like, you know what was going to happen later. Then, meanwhile, Miles was playing the saxophone. I think it was the saxophone. And he was getting her head. So, you know, Jackson's like, we need to shut this down. So he was like, as your friend, there's no way we could go do 3 songs. We can't do that. Nobody can even do that. We can't go and do that. But he's like, I'm doing it with or without you, Jax. So then Jax was like, Miles might not be here next year. that's why we can't resubmit the songs in for the next competition, because he might not be here next year. So then he realized, he was like, what kind of jerk I am. So then he was going to say something, but then Miles was like, what's wrong with you? You did a complete 180. So he was like, nothing, just chill. So then he was like, not, somebody in your condition can't be doing it. So then Miles was like, what condition? So he was like, how did you find out? So then he was like, I just put 2 and 2 together. So then Miles was like, well, you just my pity friend. And he's like, get out. Get out, Jax. Just get out. He just wanted him to leave. I was like, don't push him away. He just wanted to be your friend. Don't push him away. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, so then Julie made a flower tower. A whole flower tower. It was really cute. And Sky got like a whole bunch of junk, like doll heads and ballet point shoe. Then Julie's like, well, you should throw them all out to the garbage, except for the shoe. So then she's like, I just dug them out of the garbage. Why would I? That's what Sky was just so like. Ugh. So then Cassandra, she was screaming so loud. It's like, what are you wrong? What's wrong with Cassandra? And she's like, that's a perfectly good point shoe. So Scarlett found it in a lost and found. And then Julie's like, haven't you done enough? It would have been cheaper just to buy the materials. She was mad and upset. And Cassandra was definitely mad and upset because, you don't be throwing away no ballet dancer shoes. You don't. But it was in lost and found. But, she's supposed to dig in the trash, not go in lost and found. So, yeah. Anyway, so then Miles was playing the guitar, and he was there the whole time. And Josh was like, well, what about you? What are you trying to prove? What about you and Aaliyah's rehearsal? So then he was like, did you go to class? Did you eat? So he was like, stop being my pity fan, like, please. So then he took the guitar, and he was like, I'm worried, Miles, I'm worried. So then he needed a friend, but he was like, I need a friend to get through this whole crazy mess of school, Miles. I need a friend. Like, I'm not just not your pity friend. I need a friend, too. So then Miles was like, every time I look at you, all I see is my illness. Like, get away from me. Then he started playing the drums real loud, and then Jack just stormed out and left. He was like, come on, stop pushing him away. Don't push him away. Then he was playing the guitar again, and Aaliyah was like, well, you missed out. What's wrong with you? You missed the whole entire rehearsal. And he's like, well, me and Jax was working out and stuff. And then she was like, well, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Why are you doing this? And he's like, I'm fine. You and Jax and everybody need to get out of my business. So then he started falling. Then he collapsed, and he was like, Jax. So she's like, what the fuck is going on? I just came up in here to come to realize you, and you come and collapse on the floor. What's wrong with you? She did not know. I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? Why are you on the floor? Like, okay. Then Vanessa and Sasha, they danced, and Carly loved it. But then Carly thinks Sasha was so cute. But then when Sasha and Carly was dancing, Vanessa left, and then Carly wasn't focused no more, and then she fell. So then when she got done performing, she was like, where did V go? So it's like, oh my God, Vanessa was so upset. She started crying. She's like, oh my God, she couldn't be there no more. I guess she just left during Carly's dance. Meanwhile, Scarlett brought Canadian money because they in Canada. I was like, what is that? They in Canada. I forgot. I was like, what kind of money is that? But it ain't Canada, so it's different currency there. So she's like, I want to pay back Cassandra. So Julie was like, it's okay because I already fixed the shoe. I just put some starch on it and painted it and get a new ribbon. So she's like, what? You can be a good worker here to fix the ballet dance shoes. She's like, I got enough on my plate. Don't do that. So then she's like, oh, well, I'm sorry about this. And Drew's like, it's okay. You was a good partner in crime. You took the crime part too literal. So this girl was like, it's crazy how in this school you can find friends in the weirdest of places. You know what I'm saying? I keep forgetting that Kit is her sister. I was supposed to mention Kit, but Kit is her sister. So, but she was like, yeah, it's so weird how we get friends. So now they friends. And I think that's cool because at first it was like, but now they're like, hey, oh, just her tweet. It's Bella Thornton. So then after that, Miles was actually on the couch, and Aaliyah was like, should I call 911? And I was like, yeah, you should call 911. But then Josh was like, no, it's just over exhaustion. And then he was like, well, okay, yeah. And he's like, thanks, Jax, and all that. Then he's like, I'm gonna tell the truth. So he's like, Aaliyah, I got a kidney disease, and I'm on a transplant list, so I should be okay. So she was like, I'm gonna get Mr. Parks. I don't know about this. I gotta go. So then Josh was like, are you okay? He's like, I'm just a little shaken. And Josh was like, are we okay? So then he was like, yeah, man. It's like, they did a little thing. So then they are best friends, and I think they're gonna make that little album that they should make, So then that was after with all the Miles and Jax and Aaliyah. Aaliyah was like, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know maybe who should I tell, but yeah, because the side effects for Miles is really heavy for him. He said so. I guess now she know, and now Jax know. Hopefully Bianca don't find out because Bianca is evil, and she will let that secret out, and then he will be in big trouble too. So I know Bianca's gonna try to do it. So then the list was up for all of the people who got to be in a dance, the Cinderella dance, and Vanessa actually got the Cinderella part. And Carla looked upset, she started crying. So then Sasha was like, well, you okay? And she's like, I'm just disappointed. And he's like, why? Because you failed or because you threw your audition? So she's like, then he was like, it's crazy that even though you failed, you still came in second out of everybody. So you Cinderella's understudy. So then she was like, yeah. So she's like, bravery is rewarded. So then she tried to kiss him, and he's like, whoa, I'm not. Then it cut him off. So then So then she was like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. So I don't know what he was going to say. He was going to say, I'm not into you, or I'm not into girls. I did not know what he was going to say. I don't know if Disney would do that, but I wonder if they would try to put that in there. Like, would he be like, I'm not into girls, or am I not into you because we friends? Like, That's what I was like. So then that was the end. Next week, Aaliyah was going up against Bianca, and Kit and Josh was going to go head to head, and you know, it's going to be some crazy stuff going on. And he was like, what? What are you doing? What's wrong? She was like a whole DJ off. So that was this week's episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Check out other videos. We got more new content coming up. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. I really hope Miles is going to be okay. Even though it's like not, this is fictional, I'm like, I hope Miles is okay. Like, I hope Miles is okay. I hope him and Jax becomes besties for life. Like, seriously. Then Aaliyah's in on this. Like, maybe Aaliyah's gonna be like with him and stuff. Like, oh my God, so cute. And they do this whole cool thing like Teen Choice. Because, you know, the Teen Choice was coming up in August. So now you get to nominate your favorite people. So we should go and nominate Backstage for some nominations and some categories. So that'd be cool if they got nominated. Like, what? And announcements. Backstage got renewed for season 2. But the thing is it coming back on Disney Channel in the States? Or is it just going to be on a family channel in Canada? That's the big main question, guys. But it did get renewed. So congratulations to everybody in the cast of Backstage for being renewed to get another season to their show. Get that work. Bam. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.